The man was already on the windowsill outside the 22nd floor, preparing to jump off the building. For more than 2 hours, even the Melaneators watching the excitement downstairs began to become irritable and restless. However, the man calmly took the mine's supplies, and from time to time would talk to the people downstairs. Audience interaction. No one knew that the man who jumped off the building was secretly directing a diamond theft. A woman wearing a tight suit entered the control room and cut off all the sensing devices in the diamond warehouse. Walker's brother and girlfriend successfully entered the diamond warehouse, and they used various tools to open the largest safe in the warehouse. But the police have lost patience with Walker. After all, Walker was sentenced to 25 years for theft 2 years ago, and now he is charged with escaping from prison and assaulting a police officer. So the police captain decided to take coercive measures against Walker, but Xiaomei, who was in charge of the negotiations, chose to believe Walker. In order to prevent the police from killing Walker on the spot, Xiaomei risked her life and came to Walker's side, and the police stopped their violent attack. And it was also because of Xiaomei's fight that Walker's brother and girlfriend successfully opened the safe in the warehouse. As expected, there were all kinds of precious diamonds and gold stored in it, but the brother turned a blind eye to it and did not allow his girlfriend to take it. He just wants to find the diamond that his brother was framed for stealing. Only in this way can he clear Walker's name. But the strange thing is that the two did not find the diamond. Just when Walker was frustrated, all the alarms in the diamond warehouse started to sound, and the attention of the diamond boss and the police was also attracted. The boss looked at the mess in the warehouse and was not in a hurry, but turned around and left. The subordinate came to another more hidden safe alone. After 3 steps of identification, the boss opened the safe. What made him happy was that the most precious diamond was still there. For safety reasons, the boss also took the diamond with him, but he didn't know that this was also part of the Walker brothers' plan. The boss who returned to the office was beaten up by his younger brother, and the two successfully obtained the diamond that could prove his brother's innocence. On the other side, Walker's former police partner suddenly arrived, and his partner forcibly punished everyone. It was only then that his partner told Walker the truth. It turned out that he was the other black neck who was with Walker back then. It's just that he didn't know that Diamond's boss would frame Walker. Now, feeling guilty, he decided to save Walker once. But the police had taken measures. At the critical moment, Walker grabbed the policeman, swung to another floor of the building, and then broke the glass of one of the rooms. Back inside the building safely. But police presence was spread throughout the building. Fortunately, there was evidence of Walker's involvement in the hotel, but Walker didn't escape far. On the rooftop with no way to escape, Walker was arrested, and Walker's brother was also caught by the bribed police not long after he left. Seeing that the brothers' plan was about to fall apart, the diamond returned to the boss's hands. At the critical moment, Walker's partner arrived in time. Although the crisis for several people was temporarily relieved, the only diamond that could prove Walker's innocence was taken away. Reluctant, Walker made a bold decision in the end. Walker successfully fell onto the inflatable mattress. In panic, Walker finally caught up with the man who had framed him. In the end, Walker successfully proved his innocence by using the diamonds found in the man's arms. The man stood on the windowsill outside the 22nd floor, deliberately shouting the countdown to his jumping off the building. The shouts of the onlookers successfully covered up the explosion of a bomb on another building. It turned out that all this was Walker's cover for his brother's theft plan. The younger brother entered the ventilation duct of the building through the explosion on the roof, and the two of them wanted to enter the diamond warehouse in the building from here. But Walker, who had just experienced what he had just experienced, truly felt fear. Walker took the initiative to ask for a cigarette from the negotiator, and expert Xiaomei immediately seized the opportunity. This may be a breakthrough in obtaining Walker's identity information. Unexpectedly, Walker, who was always cautious, handed the half-smoked cigarette to Xiaomei. Xiaomei quickly handed it to herself. While fingerprints were being taken, on the other side, Walker's brother and girlfriend had already begun to implement the theft plan. They entered the building through the fan at the duct, then used a prepared password to control the elevator to the top of the building, and then entered the floor where the diamond warehouse was located through the elevator room. In order to pass the surveillance camera smoothly, the younger brother climbed on the skateboard and covered his body with a white cloth similar in color to the floor. The staff in the surveillance room were concentrating on watching Walker jump off the building, and did not notice the man who had quietly sneaked into the building. Later, the younger brother took another photo from the surveillance perspective, and then used the photo as a cover to successfully deceive the staff in the surveillance room. But outside the building, the onlookers were becoming increasingly impatient with Walker, who had been bluffing. However, Walker's fingerprint comparison results would not be available for 5 minutes, and the police did not dare to take coercive measures against Walker rashly. At this time, Walker's brother encountered trouble again. They discovered that there was an additional hot window discussion on the way through the warehouse. Over the walkie-talkie, Walker learned of the trouble the two men were in. Without May's awareness, Walker cleverly reminded the two that they could survive the crisis by cooling down. With the help of a fire extinguisher, the two men passed smoothly. At the same time, the police also found. With all the identity information of Walker, it was discovered that Walker was the policeman who stole tens of millions of diamonds 2 years ago and had just escaped from prison not long ago. But coincidentally, the building opposite where Walker is now is the building where the diamond theft occurred, but Walker left his innocent suicide note. Everyone immediately realized that Walker might have done this to tell everyone that he had not stolen the diamond. For safety reasons, the police also called the security personnel of the diamond warehouse and told him to check the warehouse. Walker, whose identity was discovered, no longer hid it from Xiaomei. He told Xiaomei that 2 years ago he received a mission to escort the diamond, but was knocked unconscious by 2 masked men midway, and was later accused of stealing the diamond. Now Walker learns that the man behind all the plans for him is the owner of the diamond, who deliberately framed Walker in order to defraud the diamond of high premiums. After 2 years of hard work, Walker still couldn't prove his innocence, so he made this move. According to Walker's investigation, the 2 masked men who attacked him that year should also be police officers. After learning the truth, Xiaomei chose to temporarily believe Walker, but at this time the security personnel of the diamond company who received the news were already on their way to inspect the warehouse. In order to cover for his brother, Walker took out a wad of bills from his pocket. He threw it hard at the crowd of onlookers downstairs. Upon seeing this, the onlookers rushed up one after another, and the security personnel on the road were surrounded in the middle. Walker's actions succeeded in stalling time for his brother in the building. In the last year when the security personnel arrived at the warehouse, my brother and his girlfriend successfully hid in the warehouse. The security personnel removed the vault password entered by everyone, but unexpectedly, it was clearly seen by the internal probe. Until this moment, the security captain still firmly believed that the vault, which was equipped with earthquake sensors, photoelectric sensors, and body heat sensors, was the safest place in the world. But he didn't notice the hot feeling luck that had been frozen on top of his head. But the owner of the diamond on the other side has found the police captain. It turns out that the police captain was one of the criminal police officers who attacked Walker. However, Walker's behavior of escaping from prison and attacking a police officer gave the police captain ample opportunity to kill him. The man was about to commit jumping off the building, but just a glance down at the height of the 22nd floor was enough to deter him. But after taking a few deep breaths, the man still moved cautiously away from the window. Soon passers-by spotted the man outside the building, but the man was not really out of his mind, but wanted to do something earth-shattering here. Event. Walker was originally just an ordinary policeman, but 2 years ago he was charged with theft and imprisoned. Because the stolen items were imperial diamonds worth tens of millions, Walker was sentenced to 25 years in prison. Let's not talk about how bad Walker's life in prison was. After all, a large number of prisoners were arrested by Walker himself. More importantly, Walker had never stolen diamonds at all. For this reason, Walker continued to appeal for 2 consecutive years. The result that Coco gets is always rejected. His former partner came to visit Walker, but his partner was wearing new clothes, and his glorious appearance was in sharp contrast to the downtrodden Walker. What makes Walker even more sad is that his partner also brought news that his father is critically ill. Fortunately, his partner applied for a 1-day parole opportunity for Walker, but unfortunately Walker still has not seen his father for the last time. At the funeral, Walker had a quarrel with his younger brother. Walker complained that his younger brother had arranged for his father to live in a noisy environment near the railroad. However, his younger brother believed that Walker had made his father angry to death. The 2 brothers started to fight each other with fists and kicks as soon as they disagreed. 2 prison guards came to break up the fight, but Walker suddenly began to attack the guards, and even grabbed the guards' guns and pointed them at several people. The prison guard lowered his weapon without any hesitation. Then Walker threatened his brother to open the handcuffs. The policeman who was once Walker knew the consequences of escaping from prison and attacking the police, but he still walked on this path of no return without hesitation. But the police were not indifferent. They chased Walker all the way. Suddenly, a train speeding ahead made Walker see a turning point. Walker stepped on the accelerator and rushed towards the train, which was already close at hand. Wait for the train to leave. When the police came to find him, Walker had already disappeared. After many days, Walker took the initiative to appear in the public eye, and his behavior of jumping off the building quickly attracted the attention of the police, firefighters, and a group of people. But in the face of the police's persuasion, Walker insisted on negotiating with police officer Xiaomei, but Xiaomei had not yet recovered from the failure of the last negotiation, which resulted in the death of a police officer. However, Xiaomei went to the scene of the incident as usual and listened briefly to the introduction of her colleagues. Apart from a suicide note found in the room, no information about Walker has been found, and there is not much time left for Walker to leave for the police. Xiaomei took a deep breath and started negotiating with Walker. Xiaomei wanted to know the reason why Walker named him by name, but unexpectedly Walker said that it was because Xiaomei was famous enough. The last time Xiaomei negotiated with someone who was about to jump off a bridge, the other party committed suicide under the attention of the whole country. Walker just wanted more people to watch. Sure enough, when the media learned that the negotiator this time was Xiaomei, they immediately seized on the gimmick and started adding fuel to the fire. More and more people came after hearing the news, and the firefighters had already laid out the inflatable mattress, but the police still could not find Walker's fingerprint information in the room. It turned out that Walker had cleaned up his fingerprints before the plan began in order to delay the police investigation. As the negotiation time increased, Xiaomei also discovered that Walker did not really want to commit suicide, but more like deliberately delaying time. Sure enough, a voice came to Walker's ear. It was Walker's biological brother. It turned out that Walker's plan to clear himself of the theft charge had officially begun since the physical conflict between the two.